Hi folks, if you've been to places where even angels fear to tread, you're on the right channel. Let's heal the hell out of ourselves. So I'm doing a video in the pool again. The heat wave has been so aggressive, like even more aggressive than last week. So here I am again. I got a phone call from a friend of mine and she called me crying. You see, she has cut off contact with her family, and one day she was clearing out her things. She was doing some spring cleaning, and she found a box of old letters. So she made the mistake of reading them. She was about to burn them because, she just needed to get over the past and just move on. But she found a card. It was a birthday card from her Golden Child sister. And it must have been when they were about 8 or 9. And the card was written in clumsy calligraphy. There was effort and love in it. We were on a video call and she showed me the card. It was so sweet. And so, you could tell that there was a lot of love and effort put into it. She didn't know whether to keep it or to burn it as she had planned to do. I mean, these letters and bits of memories from the past had been in the storeroom for years and years and years. And one day she just thought she'd do some spring cleaning and just get rid of the bad memories of the past. And then she found this card. So she was in quite a dilemma. Obviously, they're both grown up now. I mean, they're middle-aged. But for as long as she can remember, her Golden Child sister was constantly ridiculing, mocking, and humiliating her. There was no respect whatsoever for her. And she had tried many times, many times, tried to talk to her Golden Child sibling, but every single time she opened it up for discussion, she was met with the same dismissive behavior. And sometimes the sister would say, "What are you talking about? This is crap, this is nonsense, you're crazy, you just made it all up." And after trying with several other members of the family as well, with the same result, she eventually gave up and she went her separate ways, and she's been doing quite well. Sometimes we think, how did it all go so wrong? She told me that she remembered ever since they were really little that the mother was always bad-mouthing her to her sister. Not obviously. You see, that's the thing. It's not obvious. It was very covert. She would badmouth her to the sister, maybe outside her bedroom window or behind a screen. It was far enough not to be noticed, but close enough to be heard. For most of their life, her Golden Child sister was being poisoned against her. Sometimes the mother would talk about the sister with such adulation and pride, just to irk my friend. She told me that she used to jump through hoops just to get the love and acceptance from her mother, only to be ridiculed every time she achieved something. Every time she achieved something, the mother would talk about her Golden Child sibling. She knows all this, and she knows that her sister is probably too brainwashed and manipulated for any reconciliation to be possible, or even a discussion on this. So she asked me, what should I do about this card? Should I burn it? Should I take it as a sign to contact her and maybe make one last effort? Is it too far gone? Is there any hope in this? Would her sister be open to discussion? Or would she just dismiss her as she's always done? She didn't want to be re-traumatized. I think we all understand how awful it is, the prospect of being re-traumatized. I mean, it's like you're about to touch an exposed wire, not knowing if it's a live wire or not. So I'm sure you all know what it's like to be re-traumatized. Sometimes it can set us back several years, and erase all the hard work that we've been doing. I didn't know what to say to her, how to advise her. It's incredibly sad when siblings who start out loving each other, and all siblings start out loving each other, but when they get triangulated and pitted against each other, when they're grown up, all that's left is resentment, anger, sadness, and sometimes indifference. You know, I don't think scapegoats are capable of being indifferent, but the golden children probably are, because they've become empty shells. So I said to her something that was quite harsh, but I needed to say this to her, which was, that sweet child, that sweet loving child is gone. She was destroyed by your narc parent. And there's nothing left of it now. You have to make peace with the fact that they're no longer that sweet child that they once were. And grieve for that loss, and grieve for what they could have become, what your relationship could have been. So I'm doing this video to ask you how you feel about your golden child sibling. Is there hope? Are they going to be open to another discussion? Or are they going to be so fed up of you always wanting to open things up for discussion? Or do you think that the only way is to just bite the bullet and burn all the past memories and just move on? You see, if she does that, is she going to regret? So she's still hanging on to that card, and she's in a dilemma. And I feel that since many of you are probably much further on in this journey than I am, I just thought that, you know, I'd ask for your opinion. Any advice, opinion, or even your own story would be most welcome. As always, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for sharing this journey.